Welcome, everyone. Great to have you here. I'm joined today by Mitch de Mestre. How are you, Mitch?
Good, thanks, Amy. Thanks
Yeah.
for having me. Good to be on the call.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah.
Mitch, you're the founder of Be Mobile Physiotherapy. And so in this, I'd love to dive into your business journey and talk to you a little bit around, where you've been, where you're going, and all the fun things in between and the ups and downs of business as we do. So, yeah, Mitch, I'd love to dive into your business journey. Like what got you started with Be Mobile Physiotherapy? What were kind of the things you were doing before you started the business as well?
Yeah, thanks, Amy. Yeah, look, I'm the founder of Be Mobile Physiotherapy, and we help adults 55 plus get fit and strong so they can do the things they love. But yeah, I mean, before starting Be Mobile, I was a traditional physiotherapist, as you would think of it. So, went to school, liked doing sport, and got injured myself. So, spent plenty of time on the plinth, so to speak, the physio plinth, and yeah, was fascinated in the human body and went down the path of I was your sort of, more typical private practice physiotherapist, did
Mhm.
physio for an AFL, Sydney comp based AFL side.
Yep.
And it was awesome. Loved helping people, loved helping them, keep on the field or keep up with their life or activity. But yeah, I sort of reached a point where I sort of knew that I wanted to do something a little bit different. The sort of day to day of just treating a client in a particular treatment room wasn't as inviting anymore.
Mhm.
And there was a particular client called Keith, who was a older gentleman, really nice guy, really smart guy. And he came into the clinic one day where I was working, and he essentially needed to work on his strength and his confidence in that. But the setup that we had in the sort of 3x3 room work. So I took the gym to Keith, took
Yep.
some weights and exercise equipment, and helping older adults stay confident and strong and
Mm.
be able to whether be independently live in their house or keep doing the things they love. That was what I wanted to do, and that was the start of Be Mobile.
I love that. So you took, all the work that you've been doing in the physiotherapy space, and then you just really started to adapt it to make sure that it was really accessible to people like Keith, which is awesome.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
not only take it to him because Be Mobile started as an in-home service,
Yep.
but it was also the sort of zeroing in on the exercise side of things. So at
Yeah.
Be Mobile, we physios, but really we just use our expertise as physios to help people get started and stick with exercise.
Yeah, awesome. And it's really started to evolve more into the online space as well. So tell me a little bit around, I know you just went through a big launch and things as well. So tell me a little bit about that process and I guess starting to merge the world of offline and then bringing it into the online world. Tell me a little bit about that journey for you.
Yeah, that's right. We, as I mentioned, we started as an in-home service, but it's evolved. From
Yeah.
there we added studio because we had the younger part of our audience, sort of asking us, or hey, I want to stay fit and strong as well. Often sons and daughters of the clients we were seeing in their home,
Yep.
but the community gym or community classes didn't. So we set up our own studio. And then that's up at Elanora Heights, where we run actual strength and conditioning classes um, run by physios. But yeah, we've evolved again. And as you said, it went from there into we now have an online fitness platform for adults 55 plus. So adults from around the world log on and follow along to our exercise programs. And yeah, the launch you're referencing was just a few months ago. We released just a new sort of way for people to join our world, a freemium style platform
Yep.
where people can come to the website and they can just get started with exercise for free. Our way of trying to just help people get started and remove any of the barriers getting in the way. Within the first 2 weeks, we'd had over 10,000 people sign up, create an account, and get started with a free workout, which was obviously, yeah, very exciting for our team and amazing to see the early traction that's gained.
Yeah.
So yeah, all went good. Yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. So 10,000 new people exercising, which is always a good thing. What do you enjoy most about what you do, Mitch?
Look, I mean, it's definitely the impact that we can have. So, the meaningful change to people's lives. We're very fortunate to, be able to actually provide a service and a product that actually makes a big difference. And so just seeing those changes, so seeing the stories of someone who can now get on the ground with their grandkids or recently, we had a, community member post, they went, trekking across the other side of the country. And, because of their exercise program with Be Mobile, they were able to do that and do it confidently and keep up with, their loved ones. So it's definitely that impact side of things that can sometimes sound a bit cliche, but we really do get to see the amazing changes to people's lives. So impact, and I'd say the community as well is probably a second part that sort of ties into that. Whether it's the community of our studio clients who are up at groups and having a coffee afterwards, or the community of our online audience around the world who are basically sharing stories and wins and troubles. That's definitely a big part.
Yeah, awesome. I love it. And I love how you've taken, what was really working offline and the impact that you were able to have with people sort of, in the physio room, as you say, to now online, and you're able to have such a bigger impact with people all around the world as well, which I think is awesome. And I'd love to dive into like what were some of the key maybe challenges, or maybe some really rewarding things through that process as well. I know for many of the people that I work with, they can be really comfortable offline, going to meet people at networking events, talking face to face, working with their clients face to face, and then, starting to build brand and starting to transition into the online space can be a little bit daunting. So maybe for you, maybe not, Mitch, but was there anything, any kind of hurdles along the way that you sort of broke through in that process?
Yeah, I mean, so many. The online arm is we launched really in the heat of COVID. It was something we'd already tested a bit before. So we were, had stuff already up and going to a degree, but obviously COVID, people, couldn't get out and exercise. So that was our moment to really help people around the world, but also our moment to introduce that new arm of the business. And yeah, there was, there were lots of nights with not much sleep while learning lots of the things associated with running an online business, whether that be, using our content delivery platform, whether it's our email marketing, running Facebook ads, doing organic content. And then having all the customer support associated with the emails, et cetera, that we encourage people to send us. So yeah, like it was obviously a challenge, but we took some of our sort of key values from the brick and mortar and just applied it to the online and said, okay, well, someone sends us an email that is similar to someone walking up to a front desk. So how would we respond? We wouldn't ignore it. We would give them an answer. And so there were lots of things we could pull from, the sort of mature side of the business that we already had that really helped us with that transition. But yeah, like there was lots. There was lots, and we're still learning every day.
Yeah, amazing. No, I think it's great because it is a steep learning curve, for a lot of people to jump into the online space and the digital world. And you mentioned a few things there, like, email marketing, getting out on socials and having the right plan around that too. And I know, when we started working together around LinkedIn, that was a big component in terms of just being able to start building the brand online too. So tell me a little bit around why LinkedIn for you, and how did that fit in with all of the other online components that you were doing in the business?
We started out and still do have a very strong direct-to-consumer focus. So, we made that our priority, is that we wanted to get straight to the individual, help them, and have that quick feedback loop. And so it's been a big part of our business, online business, for the past 3 years since the online arm started. But we were aware that, we had a solution that could also help lots of other people's communities or audiences, whether that be, a corporate workplace wellness, or whether it be a health partner or a smaller or bigger health provider. We think that, it's our sort of vision to help transform the community's approach to aging. And we know that we can't do it on our own. Although we've had some great impact so far, we realize to have a bigger ripple effect, we need other people's help. And so, that was the reason for looking more into LinkedIn, is to help, okay, cool, we need to establish, ideally moving forward, some B2B channels, because we think that's a way that we can help expand our reach, expand our impact. So that's what brought me to LinkedIn. And obviously I started with no idea. until
Yeah,
I met you.
yeah, which is really
Yeah.
common, right? There's many people that, depending on skill sets and background and everything as well, like whether it comes to the online space, LinkedIn specifically, or other channels as well, right? We have to start with where we're at and then be able to build from there, right? It's always a learning experience.
Yeah, for sure. And for me, it just like direct to consumer feel, very like what I knew.
Mm,
Whereas, the B2B space I just didn't come from,
yep.
had no skills or knowledge in. And yeah, so I remember, you sort of go onto LinkedIn and it's kind of like, I had a LinkedIn profile,
Hmm.
but it's kind of like turning up to a party where you don't know anyone. You're sort of on there and you're looking around and you see lots of cool stuff going on, but you're just not sure sometimes how to get involved and not to
Yep.
do it in an awkward way. So yeah, I'm a big believer in paying an expert to help shortcut that
Mm,
learning curve,
yeah.
which is obviously why I reached out to you. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And what are some of the things that you've noticed have made like sort of the biggest impact when you've started to, dip your toe into the LinkedIn water? You've got your nice new profile there, so you're showing up to the party. You're looking good. What are some
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
things that you've sort of noticed in terms of maybe just like the conversations and things you've had on LinkedIn to date, that's made sort of the biggest impact for you, and how do you think it's going to impact the business moving forward?
Yeah, I think I mean there's sort of probably multiple points to this, but firstly is just having the understanding of how LinkedIn works. And obviously
Mm,
it's just a tool that we are looking to use to help achieve a particular goal.
yep.
But learning about, yeah, like I mean, this is LinkedIn. This is, the type of content that ideally you would post. This is, the type of relationships you can build. And obviously learning the ins and outs was a big part of it. But
Mm,
then now having the frameworks to actually follow, and frameworks that have been adapted to our particular sort of goal and business
yep.
model, has been really helpful because now I have a way of knowing, okay, cool, this is how I can start to build some relationships, and
Mhm.
and not only build relationships but then ideally build relationships that are meaningful, that are helping move towards a particular goal that's going to impact more people's lives. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'd say it's the understanding of LinkedIn, but then the actual application of frameworks, within that LinkedIn model
Mm,
to actually be able to reach out to people and hopefully establish more, B2B partnerships over
yep.
time. Yeah, definitely more confident and feel more empowered.
Yeah, fantastic. And what are you most
Yeah.
excited about in the business, Mitch? If we think about, like let's just have a look over the next 12 months. I know you've got a team. I know you've got some really exciting things happening, but yeah, I'd love to hear like now with this B2B arm, and the work that you're doing in the online space. You've got, those initial 10,000 members. I know a lot more now. What are you most excited about in terms of Be Mobile and where you guys are heading?
We've got a very purposeful mission, and that's to empower our community to live the life they want by providing accessible and effective exercise and education. So, we are heads down, bums up, really focusing on trying to do that to as many people as we can. So we're excited about continuing to have the strong focus, obviously, on the direct to consumer. That's not
Mhm.
stopping. We're also excited about the partnering with some other organizations that also have that sort of values alignment. They want to help their community healthy. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're excited about just continuing to focus on obviously delivering the best product that we can, now that we have that product that's working to and
Yeah.
help people live better and happy longer lives.
So that's awesome, Mitch. I love the direction of where you're heading, in the business. Sounds really exciting. And, I know a big component of that has been getting online and getting, comfortable using channels like LinkedIn that you knew nothing about before, and you've really had that learning curve. So what would be your advice to others who are maybe wanting to step more into the online marketing space and maybe using LinkedIn in particular in their business to start to grow? What would be your advice to them?
Yeah, cool. I'll answer that in two parts. Like generally regarding the online side of things, yeah, just get started, just start skills and knowledge. Obviously, at least to get going, you can consume online, but you learn it when you actually just put it into practice. And that's what we've done. It's been just stacking different skills on each other over time. So don't be daunted. And this will sort of, lead into the LinkedIn part. Is like definitely one thing I've learned is the power of just, getting from someone that's already done it. And we're along many different paths of the journey, of line arm of the business. And specifically recently it's been the LinkedIn. So don't hesitate to actually just invest in an expert. I mean, the amount that Amy has helped time to result is, it's invaluable, right? So, and then that's why we always look at that sort of thing as an investment, not a cost. It's like, spending that money to actually just accelerate over the last 3 years is something I've done time and time again.
Yeah.
And every single time it's been worth it tenfold plus. So yeah, specifically for LinkedIn, I would go see me. I mean, clearly an expert at what you did, but at what you do. But I would say to the audience that your skill, being able to take that knowledge and apply it to person or business, understanding the context and nuance that all different, and like the frameworks that you were able to see, that's very relevant to our situation, which is going to be different to people. It was so valuable. I would say if someone's thinking about LinkedIn online and they want to learn more, and they want to actually, achieve results, I would be reaching out.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Mitch. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'll pay you later.
No problem.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
No, seriously, I've paid for helping different parts of the business, but I think, with the skill of someone to listen to what the person is, understand the context and nuance, to then apply the knowledge that you have and transfer it to me, for the knowledge, I think isn't something that every expert has. I think that's something you've done to help me.
Yeah. Awesome. No, that's really cool to hear. And if we sort of we've looked at the big vision of the business, what are some of the things that you're getting on moving with in the business this week?
Lots going on. People so we had a cool visitor from overseas, one of our online community members from the UK pop in the other day, which was awesome. So she came in. She was in well, she wasn't even in Sydney, in the Central Coast, which if you're from hour and a half away. But she came down to the studio specifically. It was a moment for the team to actually have, one of these people from across the world that's lives changed actually come into the studio. So we had nice photos, and she posted up a nice photo and story in the group. So that's what's happened this week.
Awesome. Fantastic. And where can people go to find more about you, Mitch? So if there's brands that are looking to collaborate with you, if there's individuals that are looking at, getting fit and healthy themselves, where can they go to contact you or learn more about what you're doing?
Would be, email me direct, mitch@bemobilephysiotherapy.com.au. I am open and keen to chat with anyone. So we're keen to, help have a ripple effect out into the community, and otherwise, if you want to learn more about us, you can head to our website as well, bemobilephysio.com.au. And if you just want to see a bit more about what we do, but if you actually want to get started with some exercise for free, then just go to the website, create an account, and we have some free workouts. We have some educational tutorials, which are designed to, empower our community with sort of the knowledge and confidence.
Awesome. And you're now on LinkedIn too.
Reach out and connect on LinkedIn, and I will definitely accept the connection request, and would love to get on and move that forward and have a chat.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for sharing your journey, Mitch. I know there's always, ups and downs in business, and always new learnings and always new things to conquer. And I think, I, for one, have loved working with you and getting to know the business and your team and everyone that's behind the scenes that, is helping to support what you're doing. And I think you are making that ripple effect in the world, and a huge impact with people's lives. So it's been awesome to work with you, and it's great to have you on and chat a little bit more about your journey as well.
Thanks, Amy. And thank you again.